Water is life. The water is precious.
Well, welcome aboard your Eco Flight, everybody, as we fly over some of the most spectacular land on the planet. The Grand Canyon and its tributaries, the Little Colorado River. And it's a Phoenix company that is proposing to dam up and do a pump storage project on that. Got a couple of tribal members with us that feel very strongly about this project. Lyle Ballancaw and Willie Longgreen are with us today. And they're going to tell us a little bit about this landscape and why it's important to them.
My knowledge about this area comes from a combination of different sources, both my cultural teachings from the Hopi side, but as well as my academic training and other experiences working in the field of archaeology, but also as a guide, bringing people down into the canyon. Okay, this part of the area that we're flying over is just south of Tuba City as we're approaching the Little Colorado River there. Off to the right there, you see Munpupi Wash. That's a watershed that feeds directly into the LCR. A lot of that watershed is draining from areas further north up on Black Mesa. So it's capturing a great deal of water from a larger landmass and brings it down. The Munpupi Wash, as we're making this turn, is going out of view now, is part of the ancestral Hopi Salt Trail. It's one of the corridors that Hopis would make during their pilgrimage into the Salt Trail, and so that's a well-known landmark there within Hopi culture. We're still flying kind of west, maybe northwest here, North Rim off in the background. See the larger LCR Gorge on the left, and then you see the Split Canyon on the right. That's the Big Canyon area where these dams are being proposed and where they would hope to have that water catchment. Lives up to its name as Big Canyon. It's a big drainage system coming into the area, and it's just upstream. We're not quite there yet, but just kind of up on the upper left of the screen, you can start to see where I think the Salt Pilgrimage Trail comes in. This area on the right side, this is the Big Canyon area where those dams would be proposed. And so if those dams were implemented, you can see that it would be capturing and eventually filling up a very large geological landform. How much of that, canyon would actually fill up, be backfilled with sediment and other things like that, is unknown yet. So, there would definitely be impacts to this area in terms of not only storing the water there, but not preventing it from going downstream and entering, its natural course there. Right now you can see the actual blue, the turquoise blue of the LCR Gorge here. That water is originating, from several springs, but mainly Blue Spring is contributing to that area right there and to the color of that, the turquoise blue water there. You can see the turquoise water of the LCR making its way down to the confluence with the main drainage of the Colorado River system there. This whole region, I should say, is culturally important. There are various shrines located in this area that Hopi people still visit to this day. On the right there, you see a little bit of a cleared area around the river. That is what Hopis refer to as Sipapuni, which is the metaphorical emergence point for Hopi people, our ancestors coming into this world. And so for Hopi people, this dam would definitely create some sort of impact for, that culturally important landmark.
Yeah, really a special area.
The Colorado River drainage serves as a sanctuary for the endangered humpback chub, specifically evolved to thrive in warmer water temperatures, which sediment within the water system helps provide and helps regulate the overall water temperature. And that varies greatly from the colder water temperatures that are in the main Colorado River system, and so would definitely impact spawning areas for the humpback chub, and so it would also remove or impact one of the few remaining areas that the humpback chub have to do spawning and actually can flourish.
We're moving away from the traditions of long ago and being the traditional Navajo, I would tend to agree with that. They lost a lot of the original ceremonies from back then. And some of the prayers were actually done at the edge of these canyons. You accompany the medicine person out to the edge, and he would give his offering there, and the prayer would be done from there. The way I grew up, my father taught us a lot about the features of the land, where we came from. Most of all, I think they taught us how to live there. It looks like it doesn't offer much, but we live there. We've been living there for how many generations? Have these people from the outside coming in and trying to develop things that probably will not benefit the people that are living in that area. They're in there for the money for themselves, really not money for us, those of us that are attached to the land. And so hope that this kind of goes out there. And also would like to thank the pilot for showing us the area from above, because a lot of times we don't see it that way.
I want to thank everybody, EcoFlight, the Grand Canyon Trust, all the others for giving me this opportunity to get up in the air and have this overview of what is a really important cultural landscape for not only Hopi people, but many other indigenous groups who inhabit the Colorado Plateau. And I hope that you were able to get a greater understanding of our cultural connections and some of our concerns about why this area needs to be protected. And I wish you all well.